If you're not precise, you didn't learn from me. If you're not consistent, you didn't learn from me. If you're trading without stop loss, you didn't learn from me. If you don't know why you're getting in a trade and where it's going, you did not learn from me.
Oh my God, Lynn, you're killing it.
All right, all right. It's so good to hear from to see you guys on board. It's good to have you. It's good to have everybody on board. Confirm your current location and where you're watching me from. As we start this live stream, you can tell me, you can comment with your age, you can comment with your name, you can tell me where you're watching me from. If you're watching me from New York City, you can tell me on the comment section. If you can hear me on the comment, tell me on the comment section. If you're watching me from the moon, if you're watching me from the Wall Street, please confirm where you're watching me from. It's so good to be here. It's good to be doing this with you once again. And as you join, if you've not subscribed to this channel, now is your time. 25 people logged in just 3 minutes. Just hit the subscribe button and hit the like button so that the YouTube suggests our videos to many other people. So can I get some likes, guys? Confirm to me that you can actually hear me. Can someone confirm that you can hear me? As we start this live stream, you can. So tell me where you're watching me from as we start this stream. So as always, I start from the weekly time frame so that I fight my daily bias. So today is the session before FOMC news. That means today is also low probability day. Not today, but this AM session is just low probability because we have news in the PM session. If you check your Forex Factory, I think you'll see that we have some. I think today is the day we have FOMC. Can someone confirm that for me? We could be having FOMC in the PM session. That means the AM session is today's on Wednesday, and we have FOMC meetings tonight. So just know that we are approaching price with precaution. Let us be not be what do I call it? Let's not be very aggressive. Let us do this with caution. So US30 from the high time frame. US30 from the high time frame. US30 from the high time frame. So the first person to comment is actually our graphics designer, Great Trades. Roger that. We have cookie runs live from Atlanta. Thanos will be in. Thanos will be coming. I think that maybe, I don't know, we've not communicated, but because we've not agreed on the day that is supposed to help you with the live trading. So we have cookie runs. Please subscribe to my channel. We have Eric Wahomi. We have daily logs. Nakuskia. Thank you so much. So we're starting with US30 from the high time frame narrative. You can see price actually took out this external range liquidity around here. External range liquidity right there. We have external range liquidity. So once price takes out a significant level of liquidity, expect a reversal to take place. And that is what exactly has happened. Price took out this buy side liquidity, which was the all-time highs. And there is a serious and a strong movement to the sell side. So that, you see, what else do we have here? We still have the order block that we marked yesterday. We're going to mark it. I take my rectangle like this from body to body. The best reaction comes from the 0.5 level, and you can see price has actually reached there. That is, I call this weekly order block. I also want to mark the 50% of the main threshold of the order block. So 50%, 50% OB right there. So I want to get the diagram out, and then I drop to daily time frame for extra confirmations. So there's something interesting about today. You can see on the daily bias, it says we should continue bearish. Just remember today is this session is the session before FOMC. That means it's also low probability conditions. When I check, the previous X-day low has been taken out and price has closed below with a body. That means we should continue to the bearish. But also remember, price has reached the 50% or the main threshold of the order block. The order block is the last sell candle before an aggressive buy that took out buy side liquidity. In this case, the order block on weekly time frame is supposed to push us higher. But the daily candle has got a different story of a bearish narrative. So interestingly, if we should continue lower, there's something that is so good to note. If we should continue lower, we want to see price probably taking out the previous day low first for the purposes of break of structure. So break of structure happens, and that once break of structure happens, that signals trend continuation. We want to see price probably taking out the previous day low and then continuing higher. So until when price takes out that significant level of liquidity, I might not be comfortable selling. So another narrative on the daily also, the price took out the X-day low and closed below with a body. That means we should continue bearish. And bearing in mind that price reached the 50% or the main threshold of the weekly order block. That is why you can see price is attempting to go to on the buy side. Also, using your dealing range, there's something that is worth noting. I want to look at yesterday's candle, the whole of it. You can see price, the best reaction can come from 0.5 if I want to short it. This is a key level. I call this 50%. 50% dealing range. So that is what I want to see. Price, if I want to sell, probably it's from 0.5. But the reason why I'm looking at buys is because price took out, it reached a high time frame key level. But on daily, we have a different narrative. Coming back to 4 hours time frame, let's see what we are having. I think we are having a serious consolidation right here. The only thing that you can see is this order block that pushed prices lower. You can see price actually attempted to go lower from this key level. This is the order block. This is the last buy candle before an aggressive sell side liquidity. I mean, an aggressive momentum to the sell side, taking out sell side liquidity. You can see price actually came back and mitigated this order block and has been trying to go lower. What you can see on 4 hour time frame is this is a consolidation. What is simply happening is price is generating liquidity for FOMC, which will happen in the PM session. That is what we would token. So price is likely what price is doing, it's doing consolidation or the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I would have felt more comfortable reacting from a 4 hour key level, probably from the order block. I also want to mark this buy side liquidity inside the order block, which is what makes the order block high probability. And then I'm going to be checking Nasdaq as I wait for price to deliver at 9:30. So this is a bearish order block. I write the negative and then the OB. So right there we have that. You can put it in bold letters. That is what I'm seeing. Interestingly, so price has not broken either from here or here. It means we do not have a very clear bias on US30, because part of my rule says that I start from the weekly time frame, drop to daily time frame for bias. If I don't see anything on daily, I'm going to go to 4 hours and look for a PDRA that could potentially send us show me some signs of where the price is exactly going. So going back to Nasdaq, let's see what Nasdaq is doing on a high time frame. So we have please hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button so that this live gets big. We have 36 people watching right now, so I guess I can have 36 likes right now. Can I get some 36 likes, guys? Just 36 likes so that our live gets big. So continuing to the Nasdaq on the weekly time frame, you can see, let's start from the top, right from the top. We have price reacting from this order block. You can see actually it's not an order block, it's a rejection block. So on weekly time frame, what we have is only this rejection block and the order block right here. You can see the rejection block. Actually, price got to this rejection block. This rejection block is ICT says that the wicks are gaps and have to be filled. That is why you can see price is actually reacting from 0.75 of the rejection block, which is the last line of defense. Also, it's important to note that this order block also on the weekly time frame, price actually reacted from the 50%, no, 0.75%. You can see this is the last line of defense on the weekly time frame. That is why you can see an aggressive momentum to the buy side or a strong rejection from there. So with the bullish narrative, let's come back to daily time frame, see what story we are having. So on daily time frame, we have something here. X-day low has been taken out right there. We have X-day low. The price took out the X-day low and closed below with a body. That means we should continue to the sell side. So if I want to see price going lower according to the daily candle, I want to see price taking out this sell side liquidity, which is the previous day low first, and probably look for more shorts previous day low. So if that will not happen, I'm going to stick to the buys of according to the ranges. So coming to 4 hours time frame, let me see. I have a strong consolidation around here. This means now this is low probability conditions because the price is simply generating liquidity for the AMs, for the PM session FOMC meetings. So we're going to be looking at, I think I'm going to do a stream even in the evening so that we look at PM session. So you can see also we have this order block right here, the last buy before the sell that took out sell liquidity. The price is reacting from this order block and has been dancing from there. So we want to see a price take out a significant level of liquidity, and then we can decide on the bias. So that is what I'm looking at. In the next 2 minutes, we're going to have the 9:30 delivery. Let's wait and see what price will do. Let's wait and see what price will do. That is in the next 1 or 2 minutes. That is how I do my top-down analysis very fast, and I have my bias. On daily time frame, price says that it is bearish. Okay, that is what I want to trust a lot. But now on the weekly time frame, we are having a strong rejection from the 0.75 of the week, which is the last line of defense, and the 0.75 of the order block on weekly time frame. That is why you can see price has been attempting to go higher. And then there is something that we say that price cannot consolidate and reverse, but price can consolidate and retrace. So we might see manipulation to the sell side, possibly taking out the previous day low, and then we shall react from there. So that is what I'm looking at. That is what I'm looking at. If you've not subscribed to this channel, now is your time. If you've not hit the like button, now is your time. So I'm going to put up a poll on the, I'm going to put a poll so that you tell me the bias that you have. If you have a bias on US30, you're going to tell me right now. So I have 21 likes. So guys, can I get something like probably 40 likes? So the poll says, what is your bias? Bias, let me bias on I think Nasdaq. Because most people, not very many people trade Dow, but we're going to look at Nasdaq today. So bullish, and then we're gonna have the bearish right there. So can I get some 40 likes, guys? I think we are 40 people watching right now. So can I get some likes right there? So in the next, I think price now, we have the 930 delivery and it's trying to go to the sell side from the order block. Let us see. So if we are supposed to have a trend continuation, probably let's see what will happen. Coming back to Dow, I think Dow is also, there's no strong aggression or there's no strong reaction from either of the key levels. I think price is just consolidating. If it consolidates a lot, then I'll have to check a different pair for today for the learning purposes. So we do this every day. Always make sure that you tune into this live stream. You're going to get useful information that is critical for your understanding or mastering ICT concepts. So let's wait and see what price will do. Can I get some not the likes right now? Can I get something like some votes on the bias? Also remember, we might come back on the PM session for the aftermath of the news. So you can see price is actually consolidating on 4 hours. So I want to check 15 minutes, see what price is actually doing. I think from the order block, there's something that is actually, if you see here, we have after price reached after price reached this level, which is the order block, it actually closed below. This is actually a breaker. This is the last sell candle before the price went bullish, sweeping buy side liquidity. So I call this one a breaker. So on 50 minutes, you can see price has actually retested this breaker and has been attempting to go to the sell side. That is what I'm looking at. I don't have serious targets right now, but I want to see possibly price going lower. Remember, today we have news in the PM session, so it's not high probability to take a trade until when the news are zimepita. So we want to see the sell price moving to the sell side. I might not take a trade because the news are in PM session, but you're going to use this session as a session to learn, you know. So we have Billy says we have Great says no clear draw on tip reading today. We have Great says NQ daily immediate rebalance. Yes, that means we should be very aggressive. Billy says US30 is my POI is the 4 hours fair value gap hapo chini. Okay, I don't see any fair value gap on 4 hours, but I'll see. So we have Gil Bradford says short on NQ ADPDL. Yes, that's what I'm looking at. Great says we gotta sit our hands for this one. Let's wait and see what is gonna happen. So you can see prices as attempted to deliver to the sell side. I don't want to check 1 hour time frame, but for NQ, I don't think there's any key level that could give us bullish price action. But we're going to see what's gonna happen. This is US30, sorry. Billy, I don't see the 4 hours fair value gap you're talking about. There's no fair value gap here on 4 hours. So this is just consolidation, and you've not taken out any significant level of liquidity. That is why we are sitting on our hands, waiting to see what price will actually do. So any 15-minute key level that we are having is possibly, let's look at which one. Because we are not putting a trade today, I've told you why. So I want to look at this fair value gap on 15. I want to see what price will do. Fair value gap on 50 minutes. So let's check NQ, Nasdaq. I think Great has told me that we have immediate rebalance. Okay, let me see where the immediate rebalance is. I think on 4 hours we had the order block right there, but we had the liquidity here, so there's no significant liquidity that was taken out. So let me just explain this. If we are supposed to continue bullish, because we had reached a high time frame key level, we should react from a 15-minute key level. If we got to if you're supposed to continue bullish, then we should react from a 15-minute key level. But right now, I do not have a very clear bias for the reasons I've told you. We have news in the PM session. The best thing that we can do is just wait and see what price will do and tape read together. So I'm just waiting to see possibly Nasdaq US30 has filled the fair value gap. So as much as we are in the consolidation, we would want to know why price could potentially buy. We would want to know why price would buy, because first of all, the price reached let me show it to you. I think on daily is quite significant. I think on daily, not daily, I mean weekly, the price reached a certain key level, which is the 0.75 of the rejection block. So as much as you don't have a bias, we want to see what price will do. So if we are supposed to have a trend continuation to the sell side, remember, I'm not taking trades right now until when the news in the PM session are released. That is when we'll break out of the consolidation. So fair value gap on 50 minutes. Let me see what price will do. Price has actually retested here. Has filled the. Let me see what will happen. Let me see what will happen. I'm just waiting to see. Just waiting to see. I want to see if price will go to the sell side. But now the price actually is not very clean. The only thing I can see after reaching the fair value gap on 50 minutes is this fair value gap down here. Let me mark it. Let me see what will happen. If this, let me wait and see. I have this small fair value gap here. Let me wait and see. Let me wait and see. I do not have a very clear bias today. I've told you that. But on daily, the price was bearish. So if you're supposed to have a trend continuation, then it's from a 50-minute key level like this one. But remember, I do not have a very clear bias. I do not have a clear bias until when the news are released. Mine was just to come to this stream and try and interpret together with you. So we have Praji. Oh my God, that name is difficult. Oh my God, let me just leave it. So that is what I'm looking at. I want to see price doing its thing. I want to see what price will do. This is US30. Let me see what Nasdaq is doing. You have to wait for high. What are they known as? You have to wait for high impact news to deliver first of all, so that you can know what to exactly do. So right now we are just trading inside a consolidation, but the reason why Nasdaq is buying is because price took out this sell side liquidity and actually reached the 0.75 of this. Let me mark it for you. I just want to show you why price could go to the buy side as much as we have a consolidation. When you check this rejection block here, the price actually got support from the last line of defense, which is a 0.75. That is why you can see price attempting to go to the buy side. And ICT said these weeks are gaps. But now the reason why I do not want to side with the buys right now is because we are inside a consolidation. You see, because even on daily time frame, we do not have anything significant right there. Okay, I don't want to buy right now, and I'm not going to buy. When you check 4 hours time frame, the only thing we are having is consolidation. You cannot trade inside a consolidation. You need to wait for price to at least we need to wait for price to break out of the consolidation. Okay, that is it. Very important information for you to know. So we have the Creative Chronicle says US30 around 45,887. So possibly you could tell me which key level is there, Creative Chronicles, so that he says there is a fair value gap on H4. 4588. I think that's on the sell side. Let me check. US30 45 what? Maybe it's on the extreme. Let me check the extreme. So you're talking about this fair value gap. So the reason, I think this one you can use it as a target. You can use it as a target, but you still want to see price going below. I think you're talking about this fair value gap here. Maybe, you know, how I use the fair value gaps is I use them as targets. That is why you can see, possibly you could see price maybe coming down here and breaking out of the consolidation. So from 50 minutes key level, let us see what price has done. Price has actually filled the fair value gap on 15. And we want to see what price will do. We want to see what price do. I do not have a bias. I'm just reacting to whatever price is giving me right now. I do not have a bias. So after the 930 delivery, you can see price is being supported by this fair value gap here, and is generating something that looks like a trend line liquidity. So you see, when you see this thing, this trend line liquidity, just know the price will come back and possibly take all that away. So we want to see what price will do. Let me check Nasdaq again. And then I check the polls that you have. So I'll advise you to always sit on your hands whenever we have such low probability conditions and wait for something significant. So on Nasdaq, let's try and see why. Let's try to explain why price is actually going higher. This is the last buy. I mean the sell before the buy. Took out the buy side liquidity. Honestly, not anything I'm interested in. Let me just wait and see. Let me just wait and see. So I'm just waiting to see. I'm just waiting to see. Want to see if this fair value gap will be violated. Let us wait and see. Let us wait and see. Honestly, I cannot buy from there. 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 It's so detrimental for anybody to buy from that place. So George says, if you check futures and Q, the price swept the low on daily time frame. Okay. So I am bullish. So you're bullish on Nasdaq. I don't have a problem with buying Nasdaq because I told you already price got to a high time frame key level, which is the weekly order block. Okay, that is why Nasdaq is buying. The only problem I'm having with Nasdaq is because we have a consolidation right here. And personally, according to my model, I do not want to be part of a consolidation because I have to wait for price to either break above or below. Because what price is simply doing, it is generating liquidity for it to attack. Remember today in the PM session we have FOMC. I stand corrected. That's what my today's on Wednesday. I think on PM session we have FOMC meetings. So that is what it does. That's what makes the AM session low probability. Okay. I have no problem buying Nasdaq. I'm just saying I am inside the consolidation. There is a liquidity that has been taken here. You can see it for yourself. This is a sell side liquidity. That is it. That's what has been swept. And then we also have this rejection block. That is why you can see prices going up. But again, I'm saying I do not want to be part of that consolidation unless if I'm attempting to take those short-term trades. Because now, which key level on 4 hours are you taking this trade from? Because first of all, you need to wait for high time frame key level to actually do something. So the only thing that you could do is possibly take a trend continuation to the buy side. So let's wait and see. US30 is attempting to let's see what US30 is doing. I think US30 is generating liquidity around here, as you can see. US30 is this is a 50 minutes fair value gap right here, but US30 is generating trend line liquidity right here. You see, this is trend line liquidity. When you see this trend line liquidity, just know at some point price will come and break that level. That is how you know that as much as we have an inversion fair value gap here, we have trend line liquidity around here. So if you're supposed to take a trend continuation from 50 minutes, it's from here, the inversion, and then the breaker down here. So mine is just to look at it and see what price will actually do. So I've explained that to you, George. That is what I would have looked at. So Yang Ying saying, I'm on NQ buy, tight stop loss at entry. Okay, no problem. I have no problem buying NQ. I've said that. I have no problem. You see, the thing is, just before I explain that, Young Jing says, entered based on the 50 minutes fair value gap, came to tap and long small move. Yes, that's okay. I know why you are buying Nasdaq. I know why you are buying Nasdaq, and I have no problem with that. And that's totally fine. If I would just show you again why Nasdaq is buying, you can see it's going to the buy side aggressively. I think my friend says that they're buying from a 50 minutes fair value gap. Is it a 50 minutes fair value gap? It's not a 50 minutes fair value gap, my G. I think this is just an order block that is pushing prices higher. I think Nasdaq is attempting to break out of the consolidation. So this is just an order block, a bullish order block, because that's the last sell candle before the price went high, sweeping buy side liquidity. So you see, the reason why I'm saying it's not very looking good is because one, we have those news in the PM session. Again, we have consolidation on the high time frame. So if you know how to trade inside the consolidation, that's okay. You just have to know where the liquidity is. So that is it. That's so good. You can see US30 is attempting to go to the sell side from the fair value gap on 50 minutes. Yes, you can see the inversion was here. Actually, I marked it. So we want to see price going below or possibly, but then the problem with going below is this trend line liquidity. So when you see this trend line, that's what makes the trade low probability. As much as a setup will form, the trend line liquidity is what makes the setup low probability. Yeah, that is how I would love to look at it. This trend line liquidity is what makes it low probability. That trend line liquidity, or when price forms equal highs and equal lows in both sides of price, or where your setup is, just know that price is not going anywhere. This is a consolidation as well, not anything you want to be part of. Let's look at NQ. Remember, I do these live streams every day. You can actually show up and get to learn something, a thing or two. So this was at exactly 9:30. So I can see after 9:30, the price. The only thing that has happened that would have given us the buy is you see this order block. You see this order block. The last this on 50 minutes time frame. We have an order block right here. The last buy candle. The last buy candle or a series of buy candles before an aggressive sell that took out sell liquidity. You're referring to this one as a breaker, as an order block. So I mark this sell liquidity. Without the liquidity being there, then the trade is invalid. So once the price came and closed above, you can see there was an immediate rebalance very fast from the breaker. Personally, I don't trade at 9:30 exactly. I wait for price to settle at least to 9:50 so that you can take the trade. But you can see the price has actually delivered very well, even if it was outside the macro that I would have wanted to trade from. So coming to 4 hours, let's see if price is breaking out of the consolidation. Not yet. It's attempting to do that. It's attempting to do that. I've explained why Nasdaq is buying. US30, let me look at it. US30 is not looking good at all. It's not looking good. US30 is so messed up. US30 is so messed up. It's so messed up. So I told you something. Look at it. It's currently in play. We have an inversion to the sell side, but now we have these targets. The price left some footprints for us that is going to attack this level. Trend line liquidity. You cannot trade when you have targets above you. Okay? You cannot take a trade. You cannot trade. You should use this one as a target. That is why you can see price is going higher. You see? Price is going higher. You see now it has taken out all the targets now. That's okay now. You see now the trend line is no longer there. These are the small things that you need to know. These are the small things that you need to know. So Yung Yang says that I entered at the first presented fair value gap. Small buy move waiting for 945. Personally, I trade at 950 macro, so I don't trade at 930 because so George also says, George Nyanjui, Lorde check NQ futures and CFDS NAS 104 hours time frame and see the difference. Okay, I'm going to check that. So you're saying something on 4 hours. So you're saying something on 4 hours time frame. Bro, I don't see anything on 4 hours time frame apart from this order block. I don't see anything on 4 hours time frame apart from that order block. And also the trend continuation on 50 minutes right here. This order block right here. So you're saying on 4 hours, I don't see anything on 4 hours, bro. Unless you tell me what you're talking about. Tell me what you want me to look at on 4 hours time frame. You see that? Nasdaq is going to the buy side aggressively. So there's something here interesting. Price at 9:30, immediately at 9:30 delivery. Price got support from this order block. You see? Price got support from here. This order block. The last sell candle before an aggressive buy that took out buy side liquidity. Price is attempting to take out the buy side liquidity. And this was a mitigation. It mitigated the order block. That is why you can see. The entry was on 1 minute. I think I've drawn it for you. So this is when my macro is starting. So this is when I start looking for trades usually. So this is the breaker and the price came, order block, and then price closed above, and then immediate rebalance from the, I think this is what Great was talking about. So this entry would have been at 939. Okay, and then deliver it to the buy side. Interesting. So my friend, maybe you could tell me what you want me to look at. Odd lows were taken. Yes, I know that liquidity was taken, but the main reason why I'm saying I would have bought Nasdaq, or my buyers would have been maybe bullish, is because of one thing, not because of any lows. The only reason why I would have considered the buy on Nasdaq is because, number one, I have this something here. Let me show you. It's on weekly time frame. On weekly time frame, there's a week here. ICT says that these weeks are gaps. So when you take the gun box and subdivide the weeks, if you've been watching my streams for the last 3 months, you'd know that I said these weeks are actually gaps. So yesterday the price came and filled this gap to the last line of defense, 0.75. I'm not buying because of the lows being taken out. I'm buying because of this weekly rejection block. I told you when I was starting the stream, 0.75 last line of defense, you see? And then another confluence that would have given me a buy is probably this order block. You see this last large order block? Look at the precision. The price reacted from the 0.75, which is also the last line of defense. You see, 0.75. And price is going up. So the only thing, that is the only confluence that would have given me a buy. Not maybe on 4 hours price taking out liquidities, because you see here there's no liquidity that was taken out. The only liquidity that would have been taken out is this low. So the only key level is this order block now. So once the price closes above this order block, it's going to be now a support area. You see that is it. So I'm going to mark this buy side liquidity. So this is the first person that bought from the order block. I mean sold. I think I've explained why I would have looked at that, not just the lows, because even if I check NQ on 4 hours, you're talking about the lows. There are no lows that were taken, man. There are no lows on even on NQ. US30, I think it's also trying to do its thing. Let's see what price is actually doing on US30. So price has actually done something here. It has swept the trend line liquidity. So this is how you know that the price is actually low probability. See what is happening. The price did an inversion fair value gap at first, you see, and then generated trend line liquidity, which makes the setup low probability. Remember, the yellow marked region is a 50 minutes fair value gap. Okay, so the only thing that made this setup low probability is this trend line. Whenever you see this trend line, just know that this one is a target, and then price has delivered to the sell side. Vibaya sana. You see, that is what has happened. So now I think I would check using another broker so that I make sure that I check if that high has been taken out. Let me check Pepperstone probably. Pepperstone writes where? Okay, Pepperstone has not also taken out that high. I think price has left equal highs about around 15 minutes time frame. Why is it? Let me check. You see, price has not taken out this high inside the 50 minutes fair value gap. So I think I'm just going to maintain a bearish price action until proven otherwise. The only reason why that fair value gap was low probability or inversion fair value gap is because of the trend line liquidity. That is how I like looking at it. So Frederick says XAU USD. I'm going to check it, bro. We have Young Jung says, lately NQ has been giving an entry after the first presentation. That buy was valid based on the daily bias. Only look for longs. Yes, that buy was valid, but I would not have taken the buy because I do not trade at 930. I trade from 950 macros. I only trade the macros alone. So Erico says, I am doing that. That inversion fair value gap on US30 is inversed. I'm hoping that inversion fair value gap on US30 is inverted. Why are you calling it an inversion and you are hoping? You know, in this game, you cannot, there's no business of hoping here. You're not dependent on hope. You see? If you depend on hope, you'll get cooked. So I think Young Jung, that's okay, because the buy was still valid despite having the consolidation. The reason why I would have bought is because of the rejection block and the order block on weekly and daily time frame. That is the only confluence I would have possibly. I get you now. Huku only futures are available on NQ Friday, October 17th was taken out, but CFDS it did not. Okay, no problem. That's okay. So that is what I would have looked at. US30, I don't have to take any trade. I'm not seeing anything significant. Actually, Nasdaq looks better than US30. So you can see Nasdaq has taken out all the buy side liquidities. You see, it has delivered to the buy side. Interestingly, you see. So there's a rule that if you've been following my stream for the last 3 months, I always emphasize that if you have to take a trend continuation, take it from a 15-minute skill level. So with the logic of my friend who says that NQ is bullish, and I also agree with that. I agree with NQ being bullish because of the reasons I've told you. It is okay to buy from this order block. But now the problem is I am restricted to trading inside the macros. So the first macro is at 950 macro. And you can see this, the only reason why you would have gotten into that trade is maybe the first presented fair value gap. Because you can see the price rebalanced here. Got support from the main threshold on 15. And then the first presented, I think, was here. You see? That is the only logic maybe you would have gotten into that trade. Personally, I don't trade at 930 because I get so mixed up. I wait for at least for 950 so that I can be able to take trades. I think fairly Nasdaq has been behaving very well compared to Dow for the last few days, because even yesterday Dow was not very clear. You can see now price has taken out all this. It has taken out all the liquidities now. That's okay. So let's look at Dow on high time frame, see why it is still buying, so that we see if it's the same narrative. I told you, if I want to sell, I want to see price taking out the previous day low first. So if it doesn't buy, if it doesn't take out that low, I have no business buying it. But I can sell from the 50% of the yesterday's dealing range, as long as price forms a setup. You see? That's how I would have looked. I would have loved to look at it. But if I was asked why US30 is buying, let me try to look at the reason why US30 is buying, because I think I've forgotten. We have these. Let me go back to weekly. There's nothing on daily. I think the only reason why Dow is buying, if I would use my gun box again, I think, yeah, interestingly, I think, yes, I explained this when we were starting the stream. Dow got to the main threshold of the order block. That is why you can see a reaction from there. Yeah, now I remember that. Now I remember that. Yeah, that is the main reason why we are buying on the weekly time frame. That is the main reason why. Okay, Yang Jing. This name is hard. I think that is how I like looking at it. Guys, also, can I get some? I think that was a very good analysis. I think you guys owe me some likes, maybe. Can I get some likes? And if you're new to this channel, possibly you could subscribe. So, how many likes? We have 32 likes and we have 40 people watching. So if you're watching me right now and you've not hit the like button, possibly it's only fair that you hit that like button. And if you've not subscribed, so I think I might come back in the PM session to do a live stream. I might come back on the PM session to do a live stream after the markets have actually delivered. I mean, after the news have delivered. So just take a moment and hit the like button as we wait for price to do its thing. I'm also requesting you that you can take this link and share among your friends and those that are trading. We've explained why US30 is buying despite me not taking the trade. And I've also explained why Nasdaq is buying. So we take trades from the 15-minute key level. That is for trend continuation patterns. That is it. It's as simple as that. But I wouldn't have taken US30. I think this week I've not traded US30. because of how it has been behaving. So I think Nasdaq looks better. So I have some videos on this channel as well. You can check if you want to understand the trend continuation versus the, the reversal models. Felix Kemboy says, good stuff. I've learned something small. Yes, show up every day. You'll get to learn a lot. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Let me check what US30 is doing still. But the only attempt to sell would come from the 50% of the dealing range, where we have this one here, where we have this break around here. If it doesn't sell from here, then I have no business selling. I know someone will say that we have these order blocks here, this break actually, but now I did not have a very clear bias, honestly, and my trade was not even looking good. Yeah, so I know you can see all these PDRAs, but you don't just trade like that. You don't trade when we have low probability conditions. The best thing that you can do is sit on your hands, learn from the markets, because you can see prices that is trying to break out of the consolidation. There's no liquidity level that has been taken out. Yeah, interesting. So let's check what Nasdaq is doing. Nas 100. In fact, this is so amazing. Nasdaq has broken out of the consolidation actually, and is now trying to go higher and higher. So you see now, at least from Harper, you can be able to know that the price is attempting to go higher. Do we have targets? I don't see any target on 4 hours apart from the unfilled. No, we don't have any unfilled fair value gap here. On 1 hour, do we have targets that price could potentially fill? No. Nothing. So you can see a very strong reaction from here. I think if you've been watching me for quite some time, you've seen this pattern, trend continuation, whenever you have a bias that is already in play. Yeah, interesting. US30, I think, is also going higher aggressively. I don't want to engage in that until when price closes above or shows the willingness to go higher. So I have a set of rules that I follow in case you're wondering why I'm saying I don't take such trades. I might be able to tell you why. Let me tell you why. Targeting all-time high NQ after NFP. Yes, I think this is the second. This is the first time in a long time since we had the what, the NFP, because the government has been on shutdown. So I want to give you some reasons why you need to know or have a set of rules that you need to do. Possibly let me get it for you. So the first thing is start from weekly time frame whenever you want to do analysis, and then drop. In fact, before you say start, always just include always start from the weekly time frame, drop to daily time frame for bias. So on daily, look at the body closures, because the body tells us the story and the wicks do the damage. And then point number 3, this is point number 1, point number 2, this point number 2, and then point number 3. Point number 3 is what? Number 3, if you don't have any clear bias on daily, or if you have a clear bias on daily, drop to 4 hours. H4 time frame. Look for key levels and liquidity inside key levels. Okay, so after that, you just have to drop to 1 minute. If price comes to that key level on 4 hours or daily key level that is giving you a certain story, drop to 1 minute for executions always. I don't check 1 hour time frame because I want to catch 200 pips. So the next thing that you should actually do, after doing that, on 4 hours, drop to minute 1 for lower time frame confirmations. Yes. So now there's something that we always say: never take trends continuation that is not from minute 15 key level. You see, these are the rules that these are my rules. So none of these rules were met today because first of all, there was a consolidation on Nasdaq, so I could not have taken that trade. Number two, never take a trend continuation from 50 minutes. The only reason I did not use this rule today to get into the trade is because of this consolidation. If I did not have the consolidation and I was trusting my buys, I would have just used the 50 minutes order block to take my position. You see, this order block. I mean, let me get you to Nasdaq and explain to you. On Nasdaq, you see here, minute 15. You see now this one. This would have been a very nice trend continuation. The only problem with this trade for me is it has happened when the trade is outside my macro. I know there is a 920 to 940 macro, but I trade from 950. So if I don't find a trade at 950, I do not have a reason to engage. You see? That is the only, those are the rules that I follow. So coming back to what we are learning about these entries, there are days that you need to avoid trading. When you have possibly maybe low probability conditions. For example, today we have FOMC meeting in PM session. That means AM session is low probability. Okay, I think my English is not very well. FOMC meetings in the PM session, AM session, this one is the AM session, is low probability. There's another one, day before CPI. Day before CPI. That is also low probability. So the best trades come after now, when these news have been actually been released. You see, that is how you can't get it wrong like that. You can't get it wrong like that. And other many factors that possibly you can check on my platforms. So that is it. That is what I was looking at, and that's quite impressive for me today. I have to wait for PM session so that you can have another stream. So you just have to subscribe to this channel. Keep showing up, and once we end this live stream, I'm asking you to come back and drop a comment on this stream so that it gets big, so that YouTube actually suggests it to other people. You see, and let's be consistent. Let's show up every day, and we'll have consistent results. So I don't think possibly I could check gold. There's someone that wanted to see gold and hear my view on gold. XAUSD. There's someone that asked me. Frederick, I think, asked about gold. So yes, I did a video today on my Twitter account and my YouTube. If you check the shorts, I explained something on gold today, and I explained why gold would be buying. So if you check my Twitter or my YouTube shorts for the latest shorts, you'll see I highlighted this fair value gap right here. So I know you can see some wicks, but I'm going to explain what exactly happened. This is internal range liquidity. So if price is not filling an imbalance, it is clearing liquidity. So this is an internal range targeting the external range liquidity, which is this high. This is external range liquidity, external range liquidity, external range liquidity, which is the highs and the lows right there. So if price is not filling a fair value gap or an imbalance, it is targeting extreme highs or the external range liquidity. Another thing that would have been a key level is this inversion fair value gap right here. You see, this inversion fair value gap is a key level as well. Why is it an inversion fair value gap? Because actually the price closed above with the body. So you can have a retracement inside and then target the buys. So when you come to weekly time frame, let me start it from the weekly. There's liquidity on the weekly time frame. When you check the video, I explained that the price took out this low. This is previous week low right there. It's a liquidity level. It's a liquidity level. So price taking out that previous week low, you're supposed to look for buys. You see, so now we have this fair value gap, and then on daily time frame we have a very strong story. The price took out this day low, X day low, like that, X day low, and then closed inside with a body. That is why you can see the movement to the buy side. In that video, I explained this unfilled fair value gap is actually a target. If you check the shorts that I sent today, the latest short, you'll see I was targeting this unfilled fair value gap right here and has been filled as we speak. This is on daily time frame. Daily fair value gap right there. So in the morning, I just went to 4 hours and I didn't see anything significant. And then I explained something also. Let me show you what I said. This consolidation as well, the same thing that is happening to Nasdaq and Dow. That consolidation is what makes now very hard to trade. But if you see here, we have something that looks like a trend line liquidity. These are strong liquidity targets. That is why you can see price came and attacked it. So there's something now. I told them that we have this order block, the last buy candle before an aggressive sell that took out sell side liquidity down here, right there. We have that one there. So now this one turns into an order block. The price came and actually mitigated this order block. Once the order block gets mitigated, it now turns into a low probability order block. You see, the order block getting mitigated and then pushing prices just slightly below, it means it has been used, and then it turns into low probability. And then the other thing that would have wanted to see is now price breaking above, according to our buyers. You can see price actually closed above. So this one now turned into a breaker. So I'm going to drop another video and explain every day on gold and other pairs. And you can see price actually did a manipulation to the sell side, got into the breaker, and the price has been going higher, targeting the daily fair value gap and fill fair value gap as a target. I don't see how else I can be able to explain today's price action. I've not taken any trade, and I don't plan to take any trade until when PM session comes. You can see price has reached the 50% or the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap. So possibly you want to see a reaction from there going to the sell side. Yeah, so you can see if I'm supposed to possibly sell from the 50%, I have this advanced market structure shift on 1 minute, this fair value gap. You see, now turn into an inversion. So once price closed above with a body, close below, you can have a retracement and price is actually going higher, which is the high time frame key level, the fair value gap on daily. That is how I like looking at price. So, but I was not betting, or I was not putting my stakes on the sell. So I would consider my buy as a success. So I have no business looking at this sell now because my analysis was okay on the buys in the morning. If you want to see this kind of information, just check my shorts. I explained that very well today. And yeah, it's so easy as that. So the same thing on US30. We want to see price breaking out of that consolidation on 4 hours. You can see it has not broken out yet. I think even Nasdaq broke out of the consolidation. Yes, you can see it has actually broken out. So now this one now is an area of now this one is a breaker. You see, this is a breaker on 4 hours time frame, and you can see price is actually going higher. This is what I would have loved to see now. Not trading inside the consolidation. Now this one is an area of support now because it was previously an area of resistance. Why has it been broken? If I was to ask you that question, reason number one, this was an order block. At what point did it become an order block? If you see this candle down here, this was the liquidity. There was a liquidity here that was taken out. Even this candle's liquidity was okay. The last buy before the sell that took out sell side liquidity. The order block got mitigated by this black candle that you see. Once it got mitigated, it became low probability. That is why you can see the prices actually came and closed above with the body. I think now you understand what makes an order block low probability. And in any case, we are from a weekly key level. So targeting the buy side, easy as ABC, easy as ABC. You can see even US30 is trying to break out of the consolidation. Once it closes above here, I'm going to know that actually it's not here, it's supposed to be here because this is on 4 hours time frame. So the price may come all the way up to here, closed up above. That's when we know that we are now bullish. Yeah, thank you so much. Until next time.